Welcome to this new TaskScript tutorial. This is session number 3, which is my first TaskScript program. We will open a TaskScript program. We will take one from the examples, and we will see how it is done briefly. We taking advantage of the junction box that we have already connected, we will download the state of the junction box and which will be visualized in place on our uh, program. So first of all, I will open my program and take it from the samples example. Remember that I have copied my samples folder away from the program files area in order to be able to run. And I will download this program here, which with good probability is the one which is running on your junction box. Final underscore n. So this program is quite simple. Everything starts in the main. So here we have 3 parallel threads. One parallel thread is a server, a HTTP server, which accepts connection and exchange data. And then we have 2 other tasks which run alternatives depending on the value of I0. So if I0 is true, it will follow this path and it will run this task here, and it will run forever. On the contrary, if I0 is false, it will take this branch here and it will run this part. So since our junction box, or at least my junction box here in my desktop, has nothing connected to I0, so I0 will be false, will be 0, it will take this branch here. But on your case, if you want to exercise this branch here, you should set to 1 this input I0 on your junction box at the time where the junction box starts. So it will take this path here. Okay, but what is done here? For the moment, I will leave out this part, which is a bit more complicated to be tackled as the first program, but this part is far easier. So let's see what is inside this task here. To open it, I will right-click on the task and I will open Task Editor. So this will be a simple chain of 8 states, which will just follow one the other. Starting from this one, this is a starting step. You recognize it because it has a double square here. It has two rectangles, one inside the other. To see what happens here, I will open it. I will right click it here. I will go open step editor here. And this is what is inside. Not surprisingly, we have very few pieces inside here. I have just one constant here. So this is OB0 output, which is the first output. And I put it to true through this assignment here. And also I will put it this key 0 bit variable here to true after 1000 milliseconds, which is 1 second. This means that when the task first starts, this step will be active, and it will stay active for 1 second, because when the second has elapsed, key 0 becomes true, and so this transition fires, and DS0 is no longer active, and DS1 is active. And what happens into in this DS1 step exactly the same. This means that key 0 will be again true after 1 second, but for the time being, before that the 1000 seconds have elapsed, it is 0. And in this case, two outputs are set to true, 0 and 1. So when the second has elapsed, this transition fires, and DS2 becomes active and DS1 is no longer active. And let's see what happens here. Now we have learned what is happening. Here we wait for another second here, and we lit 3 outputs, and so on and so forth. So this is why it is called cumulate, because it starts with just one LED lit, one output active here, then we have 2, then we have 3, then we have 4, all the way down up to the 8th one, where, not surprisingly, we have 8 bits turned on, all the outputs turned on for 1 second. Then after 1 second has elapsed, we go back here and we start our loop again, over and over again. So this is how TaskScript works. Very easy to learn and to understand. So we can do very easily a lot of simple tasks, but we also can do complex things, because let's not forget that at the very beginning here we have 2 parallel threads which run exactly in parallel, and they have been opened by this double line, double bar here. So we have, in this case, this task here running on one thread, and this other task running in parallel. So while we have this loop of the 8 LEDs here following the other one the other, we also have this iServer concurrently active. So of course I don't pretend that everything that I explained is clear right now, but let's try to connect to our junction box and get the state of the junction box. I have only one warning. The sample that has been provided needs a correction in the name. So we must go here to design properties and change this name here, adding a _10, because this is the name of the program which is running on the junction box. So let's just confirm this, compile, so build, so a new code has been built, so we don't need the new executable to be run, to be uploaded on the junction box. It is already there, but we need this step in order to set up all the symbol table files and all the other files that are needed for the display. Okay, so now we are ready. Let's discover our junction box once again, just to be sure that everything is okay. So here it is. Now we issue this command here, connect to the physical controller. But first of all, we have to put the controller in load mode. We have put it in load mode now, and now we connect. Okay. So now the TaskScript Studio has downloaded, has taken a snapshot of the state of the controller at that point when I issue the command, and it is showing us here. So it will allow us to navigate through all our design and see the state of the steps. So we see that this step is active in this moment, and not surprisingly, we have this output to true. This because when this step is active, this variable is set to true. But also, we see that this task here is active. So if we open also this task, we see that this step is active. This means that this is a web service get. This is waiting for a web client to connect it. But let's not go deeper into this branch here, just to see that there is the parallel, the concurrent handling of everything. So let's go here to our cumulative task. So let's say, also we say that the sequential task is not active because when we started everything, I0 was false, and so this branch was taken. But let's stay here. So if we update now, we take another snapshot. So at the point when this next snapshot was taken, this step was active, and so we see 7 outputs because this sets 7 outputs, and so on and so forth. So we can refresh the step. Of course, we cannot forecast exactly when the command will be sent and receive it via the Ethernet, and so which state we will be in. Of course, there is a possibility to set up a breakpoint on one step, and so the program will stop at that point. But let's not anticipate too many things. I think that for the moment, this very nice state pictures here are significant, and let us understand that everything is running, of course. And I hope that this has started to make you understand in this first tutorial about the programs of TaskScript, how everything goes, and how everything can be programmed quite easily. So thanks again for watching.